All right. So you were kind enough to also pull together something that we rarely get to see. This is on the left, the script for your comic, and then on the right, what are we looking at?
Yeah, you guys had asked for just a little bit of a script, a screenplay, something for TV, and this is not something that was actually made. This is a pilot I wrote. I've written a few, and this is really just something that has served as a sample for me to get meetings and just to kind of see what I can do. But there aren't tons of things different about a TV pilot script from a comic book script. Really, it's just a lot of it is just in the formatting. And there's a little bit less visual description because, you with TV, you're going to have many people bringing it to life. And you also don't want to limit like who could play these characters. You don't want to say, well, this, unless it's very important to the story, you don't need to give super detailed physical descriptions because that could really limit who others envision for these roles, right?
Yeah, I think what's interesting is, check out the difference in the amount of description to set this up. And I've always heard by reading screenplay magazines, not by ever having done the work myself, is you don't want to direct on the page, right? Paula, I guess, can you just unpack
But
how you know how much to put on the page?
yeah, that's a good question. I've heard you don't want to direct on the page, and I heard that you do. And I've heard both opinions from veterans, right? Not newbies. And I think you want to have sometimes you want to have an opinion, and it's okay to have a vision, and it's okay to direct on the page. But A, they don't have to follow it, obviously, and B, you don't want to make it boring to read because even though you're writing this in hopes of someone producing it and filming it, it's still a written document, right? And the first thing it is something that someone is reading, and it can't be clunky and it can't lose them. Like, you still want the story and the emotion of the story and the excitement of the story to come through to those early readers. And if you are busy doing technical jargon and camera angles all the time, you lose the reader. You're losing the really important stuff that a story should have. So I think that's a lot of where don't direct on the page comes from. It's just don't bore your reader and don't make it overly technical and clunky.
What did you learn from your time on the television show that informed what you do in Flow, which is, as we talked about, is a different format. You've got a page turn. It's a visual story, but it is told in a different way. What did you learn from the one medium that informed Flow?
Wow. I mean, I'm sure many things. Well, one thing too is with a TV show, especially if it's written for network, but even if it's not for network, even if it's for a streamer, you have breaks, you have act outs, right? Usually your script has end of act one, end of act two, end of act three, end of act four often. And those act outs have to be exciting. So those kind of function like page turns or issue enders. Um, so you get a feel for that from writing for TV too. But also, I think one really big thing I learned, at least in the room I was in, and this is to Jeff's credit, is just focus on the emotion first, even though you have lots of plates in the air. And even though you're telling a story and there are a lot of plot points that have to be covered, um, don't forget why you're telling a story. It's to move people, right? It's to a reader or a viewer, whatever the medium is. You are wanting to get somebody to laugh or cry or just be on the edge of their seat. So um, the emotion's what counts.